So I have another machine here, and this being the port 192.168.146.1, and let's do a scan for ports 1 to 1024. We'll use the -v extension, and let's run this to make sure. As you can see here, it has reported back that we have some open ports. You'll see the IP address, and it talks about port 53. Then we have port 80, port 135, and we have port 139 and 445. NetBIOS, MSRPC, Microsoft 80 for the web server, and port 53. So as we can see, it has returned some information here and in a convenient CSV format. If I then wanted to check for more information, if I feel that this is too basic for what I want, I can then use another tag in the scan option to print out more information, which I'll show you shortly. So we've changed the setting from 1 to 1024 to search for those ports, and we can see that it's got open. It tells us that the name of the actual service, like MSRPC, and if I do AOV, and let's run this now, it has thrown an error. Let me just change that to AV, and let's see, we want to try and print all information. As we can see here, it's saying is ambiguous. I need to put version or version all. That's fine. Basically, I need to be more specific with the search option. So I'll just copy this, and I'll go back to this and change this to -v. And what we'll then do is add this -- version all to the end of this line. And let's run the program again to see if that gives us more results. It is running, and let's see if it does give us more results. Sometimes it works and sometimes it won't work. It just depends on the machine you're running it against. If it doesn't return it, as it has not given us any more information, this option will just give you an idea what you can do when you are doing your scans. So for this particular machine, we haven't been able to get more data. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to get data from your scan. So let's look at a couple other options of the Nmap scanner. I'll comment some of these settings out because I want to focus on the next commands. So let's change these ports from port, say, 22 to port 445 to have that range, so we're not running this program for too long. And let's do the NS scan again. This time we'll pick NS all hosts, and let's have a look at the results. It's running, and hopefully we'll get a result. What I have forgotten to do is add the print option. So let me do print, and this time it should report back that it has found the IP address that we are scanning against, which is 192.168.146.1. So as you can see, it is giving us some results. Let's look at what we can do by using the Nmap scanner a bit further. And this time we'll look up NS, and what we want to probably look at here is the IP address 192.168.146.1, and we will look at the state of this server. We want to find out if the IP address is up or down. So I use the extension state, and let's run this now. We can actually see what the status is. So I have added the scan stats in the line previously to this line, But let's have a look at the results that we are able to get from this particular scan. When we run it, we should see some information about that particular server, up hosts, and you can see the status is up. So as you can see, this is another way to find out information about the server that we are scanning against. Now, if I want to check out the protocols that we are using on this particular server, I can print this out, but instead of state, I can put in protocols. So let's do that and find out what protocols are running on this server or this IP address, all underscore protocols. And let's run this now and let's see what information is obtained when we do the scan this time. It should tell us up again, but then tell us the protocols that are available on this particular IP address. I'm just waiting for the results to appear. This may take a short period of time depending on your connection, etc. But let's have a look at, we can see now that it shows us the TCP protocol has been found. Now, this is just another way to find more information about the IP address. If I then want to find the ports on that particular IP address, I can print and I will copy the IP address in here. And we print the Nmap scan for this IP address. We want to use the second key as TCP. We also want to then select all the keys. So we type in TCP here, and then we use the option keys to print all the keys for this IP address. And then when I run the program this time, it should give us more information about this particular TCP and the keys. So let's have a look at the results that will appear shortly. And it's scanning between those ports 22 and 445. So as we'll see here, the TCP ports will be visible and it will be up. You'll see the ports open are 80, 445, 139, 53, and 135. So that's showing us all the open ports that are available. If I then wanted to change this and only print out a specific port, or just for the port 80, I do it this way. So I can type in has underscore TCP here. And what I need to do is also take out this other TCP option here. I'll put in TCP has TCP port 80, but then I need to remove this TCP section here. And when I run it this time, it will return the value true. So let's have a look at the syntax now. We've got NS 192.168.146.1, comma, has underscore TCP and port 80. As you can see now, the result at the bottom of the screen says true. So it means that port 80 has been found open on that particular IP address. As you can see, it's listed in the list above. So as you can see, we have created our very first Nmap scanner. You can see that by simply creating a Python file and importing the Nmap module, we have all the options here to check the state, to check the protocols, check the TCP, check for ports 80. Now imagine being able to create a little Python script like this, where you could scan 1,000 or 10,000 IP addresses overnight to check for the port 80 that is open, and then only report back to you which machines has the port 80 open. And this is what hackers do. They are able to create lightweight programs in Python, and you would see this popularized on certain TV shows currently, where they're able to create a Python file and then use this in a lightweight, very simple format to then perform hacking or penetration testing to find vulnerabilities on certain IP addresses, etc. As you can see, this is a very simple example, but hopefully has shown you how you can use Python to create your own Nmap scanner.